we're going to do the retrograding to the rear, which is just retreating under enemy fire. Number one deems that the whole team cannot advance towards the enemy. We need to retreat. We need to cover up with smoke grenades, obviously. And yeah, that's just a reverse of forward movement to the front. And there's also casualty can be involved in this movement. And when the casualty is down, we need to drag him with us. And just one member dragging him back, and the rest still moving back and forth. Let me just refer to the manual first.
Okay, there are 5 steps. 5 steps to forward movement to the rear. First one, calling the commander's FCO, so they need to engage the enemy. And then number 2, bounding rearwards. So when enemy is too overwhelming, they need to go odds and evens backwards. And once they're far enough from the effective firing range from the enemy, the whole team will disengage and then they will reorg, and then they will return to previous mission. Now let's break it down to the steps. First of all, the FCO, obviously, number 1 just calls out, directs his group firing upon the enemy. And the only difference with the rearward fire movement, FCO, is that the team leader should set the rate of fire to his group to burst, so everybody can lay down more rounds to cover other members. Remember, we are retreating, we are not advancing, so we need to do as much as we can to cover our asses while we going backwards. So this is to suppress the enemy, and so they cannot have an effective fire on us. Number 2, bounding rearwards. When we're going backwards, it's just the same as going forward, saying odds go, evens go. Okay, when I say odds go, odds will get up, turn around, sprint 4 seconds max, then hit the deck, cover, crawl to the cover, then turn around and continue providing fire cover for the rest of the team. So same thing, odds go, evens go, just going backwards. Okay, again, remember, when someone's yelling out reloading, you don't get up and turn around while running backwards when it's your turn, because no one's covering you. That person's actually reloading. All right, and
take attendance.
Sorry?
Just be wary of the attendance.
Yeah, I've got 8 people here.
Oh, no, Ace is to go.
All right, sorry. All right then.
Also, you may have to rearm.
Yeah, and just hold on.
I need ammo.
I'm just going through the theory here. Once the whole group is far away from the enemy's firing range, the number 1 will call for, okay, disengage, because we don't need any more fire to cover our asses, and the enemy cannot hit us from that range anymore. And we will need to reorg, and if there's casualty, we need to carry the casualty to a new, safer place to treat him. Okay, that's the theory part of things. In prac, certain things can change due to terrain, due to members, how many people in the fire team, or how much ammo we got left, etc., etc. But that's the main part. So main thing is to return fire at a higher rate than the enemy, and use smoke grenades to cover our position so they can't exactly see where we are, and retreating backwards, odds and evens, just like advancing forward. And if there is a casualty, which we will simulate, number 3 or number 4 are the designated draggers or carriers for the casualty. For example, number 2 is down, and then number 1 or whoever sees it, say, okay, number 2 is down, and then he designates number 4, go to number 2 and drag him out. So 4 will say, roger that, he will run towards the casualty, drag him out of the danger area towards a safer area with more cover, which is as close as you can towards the rear, and then he will perform a carry. Meanwhile, number 1 will need to designate a reference point for the carrier to carry the casualty to. In this case, that big the big medic truck over there, for example. So while he's dragging the casualty, number 1 will say, number 4, reference the medic truck, carry him there. Okay, and then number 4 will yell back, acknowledge. And so while the rest of the team is still providing fire cover, he'll start to drag him towards the nearest cover. And then when he's performing the carry, he'll say performing carry, because as you can see, carry, I don't know if you know or not, the carrying animation is actually very, very slow. So while he's doing that, he needs to announce what he's doing, or whether he's dragging, whether he's carrying, so everyone knows what he's actually exactly doing. So after he's carried, put the dude on his shoulder, he'll need to yell, okay, running towards the cover, something like that, just to indicate what he's doing. Because the rest of the team cannot look towards him to see what he's doing. Everyone's concentrating on the enemy's position. And when the carrier finally reached the reference point, he'll put down the casualty behind cover, and then he'll come out and provide more fire cover for the rest of the team. And at this time, he'll yell, providing cover for the team. And everyone knows, okay, he's firing as well for us. And then everyone just keeps doing odds and evens backwards towards the reference point. And then we reach the disengage stage. So everyone disengage, stop firing, and then at this time, we obviously need to carry the casualty again. So number 4 again walks towards the casualty, carry him. It will take a while for him to put it on the shoulder. Then as a group, you guys need to walk towards a new position led by number 1. Once you reach a new place, number 1 will call for all-around defense again, and then ace report. And then you revive the casualty. So in principle, it's very similar to fire movement to the front. It's just reverse with bits and pieces extra, especially with the casualty. So the key thing here, I'll say again, is to return fire at a higher rate. 2 is to cover your movement with smokes. And 3, when you're dragging someone, you need to announce what you're doing. Are you dragging, or are you carrying? Are you actually moving, or are you returning fire, providing more fire cover? So you rather over communicate than not enough communication. That's what I mean here. And then finally, we out of the range of the enemy fire, we go to a new place, and we will do an ace report, reorg, and heal. So those are the simple things to remember. You guys got that?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Demo team, let's do our demonstration here. Trainees, you can again go to the top of the roof and observe from there. Demo team, let's bomb up with quite a few smokes. I'm set. Client, you're on my left. And who are you? Deadline? Yeah, Deadline, you're on my right. We're in contact right now. Group, target to your front, 100 meters, 6 enemies behind enemy trenches.
Sorry.
Rapid fire, engage. Group, smoke out.
Smoke out.
And also for you guys, when you're watching this, you see you need to throw a bit more smoke to the flanks of our retreating position. What I mean is a bit more to the left and a bit more to the right to cover the enemy flanks so they have less chance of seeing us retreating. Now we're still returning fire here, waiting for the smoke screen to form. Group, movement to the rear. Odds go. Let's go.
Reloading.
once the medic truck reeled up on the medic truck. Group reeled on. Hold here. Front covered. Left covered.
Right covered. 4 rear covered.
Group Ace report.
2, yellow, green, green.
3 green, green, green. 4 yellow, green, green.
1 yellow, green, yellow. End demo. Okay, that was a simple one without casualty. So you guys see the principle here? When you're engaging and retreating, you need to throw the smokes out to cover your retreating, and then as you're doing that, you do pepper potting backwards, odds and evens, until you're at a distance that you're safe enough, and then you disengage and you move to a newer position. So that was a simplified version. I didn't include casualty. I made it a bit shorter. So that's obviously opposite to the movement to the front. Now this time we'll do it again, and we will include our casualty here. So get more mags and okay. Okay, this time doing the same thing, but with a casualty. So let me see. Let me see. Deadline probably you'll be dead, and you'll be the casualty. And trainee, watch for demonstration for casualty retrievals in the procedures. Okay. Team, target to your front 100 meters, 6 enemies behind trenches. Seen. Rapid fire. Engage. Team, smoke out. Smoke out. 4, carry the casualty again.
4, repeat.
Carry the casualty again.
4, will carry.
Group reorg on me.
Reorg.
Hold here. Front cover. Left cover.
4, right covered.
Group Ace report. 2, yellow, green, green.
4, yellow, green, green. 1 injured man.
1, red, green, yellow. Okay, heal the casualty.
Will carry.
I need ammo. Out of ammo.
And NX demo. That's it. So, that's essentially it with the casualty here. Number 3 was down, so number 4 had to drag him out and then carry him towards a safer place, put him down, and then help the rest team to return fire. You see, with the smokes at the start, the number 1 just commands everyone to chuck the smoke out, but at any time, any individual can chuck extra smokes out if they feel there's not enough cover. So it's up to your individual to get more screen happening. Alright, you guys have a go then. It's quite easy.
I need ammo.
Before you guys have a go, you've got any questions? I know it's a little bit different, a little bit more confusing. Best to clarify before you go for your practice. All good? Alright.
Yeah, they're pretty switched on this group.
It's good.
Yeah, make sure you get quite a few mags and quite a few white smoke grenades.
Frio, I might.
Roger. Keep losing me comms.
I might leave you to it.
Okay.
Take at the last when you guys bug out, just take the last minute attendance and then update it.